Yo, this is so painful, man. I'm dying. But I got crazy chest pump. You know what I'm saying? Boom.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Rome. We're back. Chest and back day. A little bit of tricep at the end. As you can see, we start this workout with some face pulls. We gotta warm up. Like I said, we gotta warm up the back before we start the chest, right? As you can see, now we're moving on to some lap movement. I'm just gonna single arm lap pull down, but like an upward row. And then now we're gonna move on. After that, we're gonna move on to the chest exercise. Right, so normally when I do my chest days, like I said, I like to start with my incline dumbbell. The biggest reason for that is because I believe that the upper chest is very important, and the upper chest incline is the harder movement, right? So you always gotta start with, if you want a big upper chest, if you want your chest to get pregnant at the top, you gotta do the incline first, because like I said, at the beginning of a workout, you always have the most energy, right? So like I said, I'm gonna start with incline dumbbell, do a working set. Typically do say I start like with like a 40 pound, 25 pound, 40 pound, then a 60 and 70, then 100. So like I said, I really get a lot of blood flow into the chest before I reach my top set. But it doesn't really matter for me. Like, in the day, like, the more sets I do, the more calories I burn. And like I said, when you're in the jungle, there's no sets in the jungle. There's literally no sets, no reps, right? So working out is not really about building muscle. It's about, yo, I'm in the jungle, I'm trying to survive. If you're trying to survive, this way you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? So that's what I do. And then after the incline, like I said, we're moving to some side lateral raises. I like to superset my chest movement with my side lateral. Obviously, if you superset, you won't be pushing a lot on the chest. But as the years go by, the months go by, the weeks go by, you will start getting stronger even with your chest. Like I said, I'm just fatiguing my side delts because, like I said, I want a big V taper, right? So I feel like side delts, chest, big chest is very important for me. So yeah, so this is a superset I like to do, and then I like to drop set my my side delts. It's very important to do some volume on the side, so I'll typically do that. But anyway, I'm gonna make this video play for a little bit and I'll be right back. Alright guys, now after we do the incline dumbbell and then we do a side lateral, do the face pull, now we're moving on to the flat bench. Now we're working on lower pecs. Like I said, the flat would be the easier movement compared to the incline, and most people don't have good upper pecs. So like I said, there's only two parts, it's an upper and a lower. So like I said, if you start with your upper first, you're gonna get the best development when it comes to your upper, because you're prioritizing it more, and then I go to the lower, right? So I could do also like a decline, like if it comes to like chest development, if I could choose two movements that I would use to build my chest, it would be incline dumbbell and decline dumbbell. All things that decline dumbbell is a little bit scary. I had a friend that injured his shoulder doing decline dumbbell, especially when he just went back on him. So you have to be very careful when doing decline. So I just stick with the flat for now, because like I said, that's the risk to reward. I don't want to injure myself, and working is all about not getting injured, right? So you don't want to injure yourself. So right after the flat dumbbell, like I said, I'm moving on to the, like I said, a superset with the side lateral. So I'll be doing, like I said, 3 drop sets with this one, and then I'll move on to some flies. Alright, so now we're moving on to the chest flies. So this will be the third and final movement for my chest. Just so like I said, a lot of people think that when you do flies it makes your chest wider, but like I said, it doesn't. It's just your chest width is dependent on your genics. So I just do just get some blood flow into it. Just a finisher, nothing serious. And then I moved on to some tricep extension, reverse grip. I'm doing like 6 sets here as well. So like I said, this is typically how I would finish my chest, back, and arm day with some arms. Normally you can, if your arm is like a weak body part, you can start with arms first. Like anything that's weak is always good to start with first. So always remember that if you have a weak body part, you at the start of the workout, you gotta have the most energy, man. So like, just make sure you start with that movement first, that exercise first for that muscle at the start, and you should be good. Over time, everything should come together. Remember, it's all about patience, consistency, and you're good to go.